I'm with the Force, Force with me. 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 I'm with the Force is...
Hey, Donnie? What are you doing?
I'm praying to the Force.
You know that he's not a Jedi in the movie. He doesn't have a lightsaber.
That's besides the point. This makes me feel better, okay? It's
okay.
my security stick.
Carry on.
I'm with the Force. And the Force is with me. The Force is with me. The Force is with me.
Chapter 3.8. Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, the evil Empire was conducting a giant experiment to build a Death Star. There was a bunch of rebel spies who worked their butts off to try to bring the plans to the Death Star to the rebellion and to the Alliance. The first character in the movie was Jyn Erso. Come on, man!
What?
You're supposed to go to a galaxy far, far away.
Sorry.
So we just got out of Rogue One, and obviously he doesn't know what happens next.
I don't. Rogue One as a movie is pretty solid. From what I got, Rogue One is about the Death Star and about trying to find the plans to destroy the Death Star. So you've got these ragtag bunch of people, and they all band together to try and get it from the Empire.
Yeah, it's basically the Suicide Squad of the Star Wars universe. And you fell asleep in the best part.
No, I fell asleep in the best part to fall asleep in, which was Act 2, which was very slow. Hey, when I woke up, I couldn't say anything because you were so engaged in the movie.
Did you know Darth Vader has his own castle?
No, I did not know until this movie.
Darth Vader has his own castle. What the? I always thought he was up on a spaceship or on Death Star.
Yeah,
I didn't know he hung out at a castle. Gareth Edwards, much like Fantastic Beasts, he went back in the timeline and he expanded the universe. You have new worlds, new places. You have the Jedi homeworld of Jedha in this movie. You really expand the mythology. And it's quite enjoyable, unlike the rehash that we got last year.
If you're not a Star Wars fan, or if you're someone who's not acquainted with the Star Wars universe like I am, you may have a harder time watching this movie. I think there's a lot of information that you need to know in order for you to make sense of the things that are happening in this movie. And it sort of throws you out of the suspension of disbelief because now you're trying to remember all the people, all the different characters, and all the different worlds. I still think it's good, but it's definitely going to be a little bit harder to watch than someone who knows the universe and can point out all the references like the back of their hand.
The characters in this movie are morally gray. There are moments that you will think that, am I watching a good character or am I watching a bad character? You know, you have, for example, K2SO, who's a reprogrammed Imperial droid. And all these characters, they're layers of gray. There's even a great line in there. If you do this, you're no better than a stormtrooper. Perfect line for this movie. Excellent. It encapsulates everything that you need to know about these characters.
I do have a lot of gripes with the movie, but that is actually one of the things that I do like. That it's just a small team and they're facing a giant empire. And you can see it. Act 3 is really great. I love the way it's done. And part of the reason is because the good guys, the guys that you're rooting for, are vastly outnumbered. And it's very apparent as the act continues forward that more and more things are getting in the way. And they are losing numbers and they're losing it quick. And it's a awesome, conflict. It's really nice to see, especially when, you root for your hero and you don't feel like they're at their lowest point. Mm-hmm. But with Rogue One, you feel like they have tapped out everything they possibly could. So overall, if you're not familiar with the Star Wars universe, I give this a 79. I think it's an okay movie. It may not be the best movie for you, but I still think it's okay.
I love this movie more than Force Awakens, and I loved seeing that movie just because it's been so long since I had seen a new Star Wars movie. And the biggest reason for this, above anything else that we've mentioned, is that this movie changes the way you look at the original Star Wars. It gives context and it gives stakes and it gives feels to the original Star Wars that you don't have before that. You will never watch the original Star Wars the same way again after seeing this movie. For me, I'm giving it a 92, and that's big props to Gareth Edwards. Big props to the writing staff. And I would say that this is probably my third favorite overall. Might climb higher. Who knows?
There you go. That's a recommendation. Watch it if you're a Star Wars fan. Maybe. If you're not.
Watch it.
You almost got me.
You're welcome.
There's a high probability that you will subscribe and share.
Ooh, can I do it? Can I do it next?
Okay.
There is a 200% chance that you will click our Facebook link below. That's more fun than I thought.
Yeah, I like it when he bobbles.
Yeah.